This is Seasons of Discontent with your hosts Rick Snyder and Matt Combs on the Hogstein Network.
Welcome to Seasons of Discontent, Season 5, Episode 25, brought to you by Rick Snyder's Washington across social media. So make sure you watch. I'm Rick Snyder.
I'm Matt.
And we're back discussing all things Washington sports and life as part of the mighty Hogstein Network on audio and here on YouTube for video. So please like, share, and even comment. All right. Well, Matt, Washington is +7 against Green Bay. I saw the Green Bay Packers quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, yelling at the Bears fans, "I own you." I blankety blank own you. It was really amazing to watch. I'm not sure his record against Washington, but he probably owns them too. I mean, he owns everyone.
Pretty good. It's probably pretty good.
Maybe the NFC team in the Super Bowl this year. I mean, they look ready to go. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looks like some aging old man, but he's still playing well on all this. So, I don't know. I don't have high expectations. It's right now Washington +7. I think I'd take Green Bay on this one.
Did the line move? Because I think it opened at Washington +10.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is it down?
Yeah, I think yesterday the early betting lines were +10 for the Washington.
Okay. All right. I saw maybe it changed a lot. All right, 10. At 10, I still give it because this team hasn't. It's given up 29 or more points 5 straight games. So, and they're not scoring a whole lot. I think Heineke's regressing.
Yeah.
But I always said Heineke was a good number 2 and a spot starter like Gus Frerotte, but you can't leave them out there forever.
Well, and that was actually going to lead to one of our questions that we got on Twitter from our buddy Tim Cox. He says, "Are we going to start looking at street quarterbacks?" I think you have to give Kyle Allen a chance if you're going to move on from Heineke. Ryan Fitzpatrick may be able to come back after the bye, so maybe you still try and get a little bit of tread left off those tires. And, of course, his name's popped up again, Mr. Cam Newton. He's fully vaccinated and ready to play. So, of course, we could always kick the tires on old Cam. He knows Ron's system. He knows Turner's system. Why not? I mean, at this point, Rick, throw the kitchen sink at it. But I'll also say this. I'm kind of biting my tongue a little bit saying that because, hell, I want him to lose out. Screw it. Get that number 1 overall pick and get your franchise quarterback. But then again, I don't trust this team to make the right pick. They'll probably pick some random defensive lineman that I've never heard of, number 1 overall.
There we are. It's not even at midseason, and everybody's
looking at drafts.
Yeah, don't win. You'll cost that quarterback.
At this point, why not?
I guess I haven't seen a lot of the quarterbacks in the college, especially doing so great on that. I mean, the Rattler, I kind of like that just for the name, but he hasn't been playing that well either. Mm-hmm. So different world in the NFL than the college ball. So I don't know. Everybody's already starting to count. Oh man, I think they'll finish with like 4 wins.
And it's so Washington that the year that you finally get the number 1 overall pick or a number 2 pick and you're going to get your quarterback, there ain't a number 1 quarterback to take. You had all your options last year with Fields, Jones, Lance, all them guys. The year before you had Burrow, Herbert, Tua, all them guys. And of course, this will be the year that they get a very high draft pick and they go to pick a quarterback and every one of them sucks.
This is screaming something like 4-13. They've got to win 5 games, 3 more, which they could. But if they don't, Rivera will have a worse 2-year record than Steve Spurrier and Jim Zorn. They both won 12 games in 2 years. How scary is that? I mean, the other 2 are goofs, and we all knew it. You expect Rivera to be better. He may have a equal or worse record than those 2 guys. That's but here's another scary scenario that's now making the Twitter world that I kind of laugh about. But it's like, hey, St. Louis is going to get the next NFL team because they've got the NFL hands over in court. Over the Rams leaving, it broke all the legal things. The NFL knows they're going to end up having to go back to St. Louis to settle this lawsuit. So you're going to expand by 2 teams. You go to St. Louis and maybe you put one in London or something. But people go, wait a minute. Why don't we let Dan Snyder take the Washington football team, whatever others, and name them something different than make them go. Put them in St. Louis and the NFL will guarantee Washington an expansion team. Sort of like when Cleveland left for Baltimore, they pulled that deal off. If you won't remember this and I don't either, but when the Washington Senators left in 61. Yeah, somewhere right now. Anyway, they got the new team in because they had a team go to Minnesota. The expansion team was awarded right away. They stayed for 10 years and they went to Texas. We didn't get a team for years and years. So, but if the NFL, I'll put it to you this way. Let's say the NFL says, okay, Dan Snyder's going to St. Louis. He's going to be considered a hero in town. He can make lots more money over there and he won't get the BS he has here. And we'll guarantee a team in Washington that next season. Would you do it? Would you give up the Washington Redskins history and all that it's meant, the burgundy and gold, just to get rid of Snyder's and start fresh? Cleveland did with Modell. That was kind of a similar thing. They hated Modell there at some point.
But look how that's worked out for the Browns/Ravens. Ravens have won 2 Super Bowls since they left Cleveland. Cleveland's won nothing.
Yeah.
Well, see that here's the question though: would they have to leave the Redskins history? When the Supersonics moved to Oklahoma City, Seattle left. They left all their records and stuff in Seattle. Cleveland had to leave all their stuff in Cleveland when they became the Ravens. Would they be able to leave their stats and history in Washington? Now, if that was the case, I might be down for it. But then again, how is the NFL going to handle an expansion draft? I mean, would it be similar to what the NHL's done?
Well, telling them to leave their history. Well, wait a minute, just change the team name. So in a way, that history got compromised.
Yeah, but do you want to walk into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and see Sonny Jurgensen's bust with the Seattle, or I'm sorry, the St. Louis Battlehawks logo underneath of him?
Yeah, it's all complicated. I mean, they probably want to leave the burgundy and gold colors here. And if I'm Snyder and going to St. Louis, yeah, I want a fresh look anyway. So I don't think this will happen in a million years, by the way.
No.
It's a great midseason distracting argument about, they stink, so let's talk about something else. But it's interesting. If they were to say, okay, take the team, go, I might be okay for it too.
The one positive thing I will say about Dan Snyder is a fan of this team before he bought the team. He loves this team. This was his father's team. This team is going nowhere. But then again, I never thought the name would change either, and he's changing the name due to corporate pressures. But speaking about looks, I want to talk about Dan Snyder real quick. What's with the beard and the disheveled pants and the hoodies all the time? But this man used to wear, $1,000 suits and custom-made burgundy and gold ties to the game. His wife's looking like $1 million in her burgundy pantsuit. He's looking like a damn bum that she picked up off the side of 495.
Well, I'll say this. His mother passed away, I don't know, 2 months ago or so. And what we were told about the beard was this was a Jewish sign of respect and, as they grieve, that a lot of people grow a beard like that. Now, I'm not Jewish. I don't know. That's what they say. So that's why he's got a beard. I don't know how long you have to mourn for and all that, but that was what we were told, what we heard. But I agree. He's, he changed, I don't know, 5-10 years into his ownership. He changed into, sports gear because he wants to be one of the team more, I guess. And he's getting a little older and maybe just got tired of suits and ties. I don't blame him. He still, I'm sure, wears them at times. But yeah, coming to the game yesterday like that, I was a little surprised.
Especially for the day that it was.
Yeah, the casualness of it all kind of surprised me. I didn't think he looked that bad, but at least everything was different. But I don't know. It's an interesting comment about all of that. I was quite surprised too. All right, so the NBA season is starting, and I'm just going to call it official now. Ding dong, the Wiz are dead. They're not going to win anything. They didn't win anything in the preseason. I mean, geez, they looked awful in the preseason. And wish they'd sign John Wall back somehow and get him. It'd be a little more interesting. But woo, is this going to be a bad team? We think the Washington football team is bad. Man, the Wiz are going to win like 25 games maybe. So kind of hard to get for a season basketball. But this is going to suck.
And that's the thing. They traded away. I mean, aside from Beal, they traded away one of the most impressive people on this team in Westbrook. I mean, you had to watch because you didn't know if he was going to get a triple double. Just about every night, the man scoring a triple double. Now we don't even have that. We got a bunch of guys that me as a casual basketball fan and a very casual basketball fan, I've heard of Kyle Kuzma. I haven't heard of the other two jabronis they brought in here. I couldn't tell you, but I know who Russell Westbrook is. I know who John Wall was. I know who Bradley Beal is, but that's about it. Look, all the excitement was for the head coaching search. And yes, it's another thing where, hey, let's bring in a guy with a name that we all know. He just happens to be his son, but we all know him. So let's get the fans excited about that. And then, hey, when we start playing the games, we're going to go out and lay a big turd.
It's going to be an ugly, ugly one. I know Maryland basketball looks like they're supposed to be pretty good, but I can never tell anymore. College teams change. They brought in 8 new guys this year. College ball is so hard to gauge anymore on that, but it'd be worth looking at. But basketball, I still say it's a great basketball town. It's just they haven't had great basketball teams in a while to show that. I did watch the Caps a little bit. Man, Obi's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, he's on fire. You can't tell he's 35, 36 years old and coming off an injury in the preseason. He looks pretty damn good. He might get close. And I don't know if you checked out any of the coverage opening night. This year, obviously they're shutting down NBC Sports. So the NHL coverage went to ESPN and TNT. Yeah. The ESPN coverage was awful. The TNT coverage wasn't that much better, but I believe TNT had Gretzky in studio, and he was talking about he says he wants Ovi to break his record, but I don't think he does. But yeah, the new coverage is going to take a little bit of getting used to. I like the TNT broadcast a little bit better because it was a lot of the guys from NBC Sports that came over. The ESPN coverage was awful. You could tell ESPN really has no idea what hockey is anymore. There's 2 people on that team or on that station that actually know what hockey is. One of them's Linda Cohn, and the other one is John Buccigross. So I don't know. It's hey, I'm not a Caps fan. I've always liked Ovechkin. I think he's electric for the game, and he's always been, the counterpart to Crosby, which helped invigorate the league and invigorate the mainstream coverage of hockey. So I'm never going to hate on the guy. This is a record that nobody ever thought would be seen broken. So that'll be excited it'll be exciting if he does actually break it. I just hope, he's not 41, 42 years old, limping in. And he needs like 10 more goals. And, Brett Favre is going to lay down for him so he can get that extra sack.
Yeah, boy, Obi's gotten so gray too. He's grayer than me.
He's younger than me, and I'm gray too.
It's hard. I love Obi. I hope he plays forever because it'd be like here without him. But we won't care.
Real quick, have you seen the commercial with him and his wife and Backstrom about life insurance?
No.
You have to watch it. It is hysterical. I can't understand a word he's saying, but it's so funny with seeing him and Backstrom sitting on the couch eating cereal while his wife is like, why is he always here? You have to watch it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stories around town about Obi, just like Riggins. I used to hear about Riggins too, about Obi and all. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, the TNT thing, I guess I missed all this. And I'm looking at opening night. Where's the game? TNT? What the hell is that? So I guess I totally missed it. All right, we got to get out of here. I'm Rick Snyder.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Seasons of Discontent on the Hogstye Network.